Hi, Raylene.
Hi, Jane. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. I guess we're talking today about board and owners' rights and responsibilities in condo living.
Yep, we are.
That's probably our favorite topic, right?
Yeah, constant contact, constant subject.
So what is this seminar all about? Why don't you tell us?
So what really started out me thinking about this seminar as the education chair for Hawaii Council is over the past year at seminars or even in emails, some people would make comments like, we're not exactly sure what we're supposed to be doing. You know, they were really not sure. So that kind of led me to doing a little exploring and the DCCA website has a lot of educational resources, little pamphlets, one page pamphlets that has a lot of topics.
Before you go any further, you have to explain to the newbies who are just made it onto their board as to who the DCCA is.
Right. Yeah. So what I thought was, because we're just at the tail end pretty much of annual meeting season, so there are probably going to be some new board members and some that maybe have only been on it for a year, but even still, this owner rights and responsibilities can be from the beginner to the seasoned person that's been on the board for like 10 plus years, because things have changed, has evolved over the years. So I think it's a good seminar for everybody to refresh themselves on the rights and duties and of owners and board members to get them up to date on this. And also part of the objective is to show people where they can find some of these educational resources on the DCCA Real Estate Commission website.
And you have to explain to them the DCCA is a state agency. It's the Department of Commerce and Consumer Affairs, and any regulated industry has to register with them on an annual basis. And condominiums, because most of them are corporations, have to register with the state of Hawaii. And basically what you do is, if you're a condominium, I think it's one page. It's an annual corporate filing or something like that. And you have to send it in. The board authorizes the property management. So the Hawaiianas and the touchstones and whatever. I mean, the board probably never sees it, but the property managers will file it on an annual basis. And it basically says, okay, we've got ABC condominium, and this is their address, and they've got this many units. And maybe it talks about amenities, and it'll give the officers and the directors of the condominium, because one of the officers has to sign the form, and basically that gets filed with the Department of Commerce and Consumer Affairs. And so anybody who wants to look for an association, can go to the DCCA website basically and log in and get this basic information.
Right.
Where is it located? How large is it? How many acres? How many units in the building? Who's the property manager? All of this is kind of good initial information if you're, I guess, looking for a condo.
Right. And then also Lori Sides with the DCCA, the Condominium Specialist. She's going to be one of our speakers, and she's going to take us through that biannual registration form. And also part of that form is used for process servers. They'll access that because they need contact information when they go to the building to
serve papers.
Yeah, deliver papers. Because not every building will have, phone number or something listed outside, right? So that's one of their sources of information to get that. And then we're gonna go live to the DCCA website so that everybody can see all the information, educational information that they could access for free. And the whole seminar is built around the information contained in that DCCA website, so that we're all talking the same language, the same definitions. We're all on the same page, because we have to follow the statute, and DCCA is a state agency, so we're taking the information from them that we're going to disseminate to everybody else. So we're really looking for anyone that is involved in a condominium, whether you're an owner, board member, you're an employee, because resident managers, site managers, they got to understand the rules as well. Property managers, whether you're brand new or you're even been in the business for a while. Sometimes we've been in the business for a while, we forget, right? Or new things come up. We're like, oh, wow, we didn't know that. When did that change? So it's a really good refresher time for everybody. And then one of the new things that I'm kind of excited to launch is our tabletop networking. So this is really kind of cool, and I hope we get some really good response to it. It kind of came about from one of our last seminars.
Oh, but wait a minute. This seminar that we're talking about, who are the speakers?
Oh, speakers. We have Attorney Nalan with Damon Key Leong Kupchak Hastert, and we have Attorney Taylor Gray with Porter, Kiokona, and Copper. And we have, and then Lori Sides with the DCCA. So that we have those two attorneys that are going to be doing the main part of our speaking. And
Nalan and Taylor Gray, who are the attorneys, they basically specialize in representing condominium associations and HOAs, right?
Right. That's pretty much what they do.
That's what they do 7 days, 5 days a week, at least we know of. So, I'm kind of looking forward to getting their perspective on some of the issues that we have to deal with.
Yeah.
And Lori Seitz, she's the regulator, right? She's with the state of Hawaii. She's the one that if there's an issue, then she's the one that the association wants to talk to get everything straightened out.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So these are important people to get to know, and it's a good thing that I'm glad you were able to persuade them to be on our panel, because they're going to be able to give out a lot of very good information to the attendees.
Right. Yeah, and so they're so experienced. They've seen the cases. They've seen the little fights and things like that. So they're going to give us some really good insights.
Right, they've seen it all.
Yeah,
the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah. And for our tabletop networking, it's really to start the conversation with people. And so a lot of times at seminars, everybody's sitting around on the table, they're eating, but there's no conversation going. So this is to help kind of get the conversation going. Share what works, what doesn't work. Share experiences with your table mates, so that we can all learn from each other. It was really encouraged by a group of people that on a previous seminar, they were just lingering in the room. I finally had to shoo them out because I gotta go, you guys, gotta leave. But they said that they just were engrossed in a conversation about what they were doing with their sharing information between the two associations. So I'm kind of excited to see how that's going to work out.
And how would we set this up? I mean, how would we set up a topic? And would we say that, okay, you've got a table here of 8 people. And so how do we get them started talking about these topics?
So I have we're going to give, for the first one, we're going to have one topic that's going to be given to every single table. And then they write down what they think. And then we're going to collect them, and once we collect them for everyone that participates, we're going to give them a little gift as a thank you for participating in this. And then we can collectively use it between DCCA and us. We can use them for also further education, things that we might come across from the results of these networking topics. So it's really a twofold kind of a thing. But and there's no right or wrong answer kind of a thing. We just want the subject put out there, and they give us their thoughts and interpretation of what they think of that particular topic on their piece of paper. Trying to see where everybody's at with that particular topic.
And do you have an example of what some of these topics might be?
Well, one of the first one could be like, do you guys do high risk component inspections? Some associations don't even do them. So I'm hoping that some of the table mates will be like, yeah, we do them every year. I know on the insurance one presentation that I saw, the insurance company recommends them being done every 3 years. But I think some associations do them maybe every other year, and some don't even do them at all. So that could start the topic going on like, hey, these are things, and water damage is the number one insurance claim when no matter what company what insurance company, right? I mean, Sue Savio
Right.
says she's always processing those claims multiples every day, right? So I wanted to start that out to kind of get that mindset going, that, and especially with insurance being such a hot topic right now, we got to
Yeah,
start.
insurance is a hot topic because it's going up. And
Yeah,
it's getting everybody's attention.
right.
And when people say, and what people don't understand is that we have insurers who are leaving the state. So I think there's only 3 companies that are insuring all of the property in the state of Hawaii, which is really kind of scary.
Right. So some of these new people, and even maybe the season one probably would know because they've seen the claims, but expressing out to some of the newer ones the importance of that high risk component, and anything dealing with water, how you want to be very diligent and careful on anything dealing with water, because the water can damage so much more than the fire, right? Because when the firefighters are in there fighting they're going to put out the fire, but the lasting effects of that water damage is more than the actual fire damage itself. Excuse me. So that's going to be what the table talking is going to be about. Conversation
I was
among
thinking too,
table
well,
mates.
you just mentioned insurance. Maybe what we should do is invite the insurance commissioner to be a guest at our luncheon, right? And ask him if he would, sit there and listen to everybody and be available for questions.
With that, yeah, that would work too.
Yeah, because I think we need to get the insurance commissioner, who is a state employee, basically, to come and meet the public that they serve, right?
Right.
And get questions, directly, from the people who actually are in the trenches, so to speak, because they're dealing with their buildings, the repair and maintenance issues on a daily basis.
Yeah, so I hope to have them on all the whole insurance industry on a seminar that is being hopefully being planned for June. That will be a big one. I'm really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, so we should have the insurance commissioner at one of these seminars. Invite them.
Yeah.
And especially, when we tell them it's condos, and this is a very special issue, and because we know that that there is an interest, because homeowners, when their maintenance fees go up, they want to know why, right? They want to know why. And and for the last couple of years, it's been insurance. And then it's not because of stuff that happens in Hawaii. It's because you have a building collapse in Florida, right? And you have
California wildfires,
California wildfires that are threats to high rises, and floods. I mean, we don't have those things, but the same insurance companies that have to pay out for those claims are in Hawaii. And that's what people don't understand, that this is a global issue, and things that happen all over the world impact things that we have to pay for.
Right. We all share in the cost.
Right. And so, when people get their insurance bill and they say, wait a minute, we didn't put any claims in last year. How come our insurance rate went up 600%? And you have to say, well, look at what's happening in the world.
Right.
All these disasters are happening, properties are being damaged. And, so, when that Florida condo collapsed, I think, oh my God, it's like, what's our insurance bill going to be like this year? I mean, but, most people don't think like that. But, they have to understand that, we are a global network. The insurance companies are globally connected, right? And if you have disasters happening all over the world, the rates in Hawaii are going to go up.
Right.
That's a given. I mean, so it doesn't mean that things are bad. Bad things are happening in Hawaii. It just means that bad things are happening in the world. And because insurance companies are usually global entities, and they have to pay out claims, If they got to pay out a claim in Florida and Nebraska, California, and Spain, then the rates in Hawaii are going to go up. I mean,
Right.
there's not a whole lot you can do about it.
Right. So I think we're nearing the end of our time. So this seminar, upcoming seminar on board and owners' rights and responsibilities, that is on May 25th. It's a Saturday. There's going to be a buffet breakfast in the morning. So it's going to be a half day full of really, really worthwhile information from two of our most leading attorneys in the industry. So I hope to see a lot of people there. And then we also have our board of director training coming up in July on the 13th and 20th. That is another avenue, another source of information, education information for board of directors. Even owners, even condo owners can attend. And then we do have one in the works that we're planning is a major big one for what's happening in the insurance market. And we're going to have a lot of insurance industry professionals in that planning or in that as speakers for that one. So that's in the planning stages. Hope to have that one for June, I think. But that one will be really fun. I kind of looking forward to doing that one.
Yeah, I mean, because I mean, it's really kind of scary. It's like, when is it going to stop?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, once or twice maybe, but is this going to be something that we have to live with?
And a lot of condos with their bills being so high, they're like, well, why can't we be self-insured? It's not that easy. So we have the captive insurance, Hawaii captive insurance. I've got a phone call on him to be also part of it because people need to understand it's not that easy to be self-insured,
Yeah.
Plus, it has to be approved by the insurance commissioner has to approve it, right? Yeah. So there's a lot of steps. It's not that easy, and you have to fund it. So that's going to come out of where? Where are you guys going to get that money from? Everybody's always crying about the maintenance fees going up, but if you have to fund something, it's going to come out of the maintenance fees.
Right, and everybody thinks it's hurricanes, but it's not only hurricanes. I mean, it's earthquakes, and we are in a seismic, area. We have, those volcanoes on the Big Island, and we really have, volcanoes on all of the islands. Some of them are dormant, and who knows when they're going to life again, right?
Yeah,
that may happen.
Yeah,
and so I mean, we have to be prepared and not foreclose the fact that that there's exposure.
Right. Okay, so thank you, Jane. I really appreciate this.
I appreciate you taking the time to put all this together. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everybody for joining us. I hope to see you guys again on another Condo Insider. Thank you, Jane.
Okay, thank you, Raylene.
Okay.